Before we begin today's session, on behalf of my entire team, thank you for clicking on this video and choosing to spend this time with us. Our goal is simple: to share practical knowledge, deep understanding, and wisdom that, when applied, can truly transform your life. So, the favor that I ask of you, don't just watch. Please engage. Stay with us until the end. Invite someone else to watch with you and share this video to so many other people that they can benefit from what you're about to be blessed with. And when you are done, please drop your thoughts, drop your take and your comments in the comment section, and we would truly love to hear your perspective. If this content indeed adds value to your life, please give it a like, and that's how you push it to many other people. Lastly, consider subscribing. We are aiming to build a community of people, like-minded individuals who are committed to purposeful living meaningful lives, and we would love for you to be part of it. So let's go together. Thank you once again, and let's dive into today's session. Be blessed. On this video, I want to talk to you about acquiring the courage to be disliked. That's a very important skill that, as a person, you are supposed to be able to acquire that. Why is that? I'm saying that because many people are not trapped by lack of potential. Many people actually have potential. People have ability to do great things. People have the gifts and the potential to do amazing things. But they are struggling with their need for approval, their need to be accepted, their need to be loved. They are afraid of criticism. And this video, I want us to be able to explore that. How are you going to acquire the courage to be disliked? Why? Because the moment you acquire that, that is the moment you are able to expose yourself to more growth, to fulfilling great things, to accomplishing great results. And it's very important to understand that. So stick with me until the end, and then let's see your life transformed. Now, you need to understand that if your decisions in life are based on people's opinion, their need for your need for their validation, your need for their acceptance, you will not be able to walk in purpose. You will not be able to speak the truth. You will not be able to handle criticism, and all of those things will limit you from fulfilling the reason for your existence. Will restrict you from fulfilling any meaningful thing. So it's very important to understand, and for you to be able to say, okay, at this point in time, I'm entering into a contract with myself that I will not live my life desiring approval. I will not live my life desiring acceptance. I will not live my life desiring to be loved. And something that I want to mention to you is this: your need for universal acceptance is your greatest hindrance for greatness. Universal acceptance. It is very key to reach a point where you understand that not everyone will be able to understand you. God himself is in love by everybody. If you can think of that for a moment, that will free you from so many pain. That if God of the universe, the creator of the universe, the one who created every single being, is not loved by the one he created, Jesus Christ isn't loved by everybody. Think of any religious leader, isn't loved by everybody. So what makes you think that you can be loved by everybody? You can be liked by everybody? Universal acceptance is your great hindrance. And if you don't overcome that early, it's going to block you from fulfilling so many things that God has placed in you. So if you have an aspiration, if you have a desire to fulfill something great, before you start, there's a need for you to sit down yourself and enter a contract that my life will be governed by not waiting for approval from others. Because if I wait for approval, I won't move forward. So understand that. It is also very key for you to understand that you need to understand the fact that you desiring approval from others is putting yourself in prison. Your desire for approval, your failure to accept rejection, is you putting yourself in prison. So constant approval seeking creates that hidden prison. You are locking yourself in, and you need to be able to move past that. Not everyone will understand you, and that's very important. Now, authenticity requires courage. How are you acquiring the courage to be disliked? Through authenticity. Be yourself. Speak the truth to yourself that this is it, and I will do this because this is what I want to do. So understand that. Now, why do we face? Before I tell you how you are going to overcome it, let me tell you why. Why is it that it is actually very important for you to move? Why people fear disliked? Why people fear being disliked? One is the fear of rejection. Two is the childhood conditioning. We grew up, if we do something good, we are praised. If you don't do something good, we are punished. So we grew up now fearing, if I do something bad, people might punish me. If I do something bad, maybe people won't love me. And you lock yourself to that level, not knowing that you will actually do something and it won't be good. That's the truth. That whenever you are starting a project, whenever you are starting an assignment, it will not be good. That's why there is draft 1, draft 2, version 1, version 2. If you create something that is actually perfect, then where are the rooms for improvement? Why do you think we have iPhone 7, iPhone 8, iPhone 9, iPhone 10, up to iPhone that we have right now, iPhone 17 or 18? If Apple had created the best brand, the best version, there would be no need for more phones to come. So why do you want to create the best product in the market? It's practically defeating your own growth. It's practically defeating your own expansion. You need to have iterations. You need to have new brands. You need to have new changes and improvement. And as you're improving, that is how you become better, and that's how you remain relevant in the marketplace. So don't fear that what will people say if I create something that is not necessarily good. No, create it and then beautify as you go. Very important. So don't let that child conditioning, the way we are raised, restricting you now as a grown man, as a grown woman, to do anything and something profound with your life. Now, something that is also very important, you will not have the courage to be disliked when you have self-esteem, self-low esteem. When you don't value yourself, when you see yourself as inferior, when you see yourself as incapable, when you see yourself as weak, when you see yourself as good for nothing. Even when others don't even think about you, you will still feel people will dislike you. Why? Because it's just a matter of self-image, the way you see yourself. So very important that people who lack internal security, you have a problem internally, depends heavily on external validation. There is something for you to do, you are waiting for others to congratulate you. You have achieved something, you are waiting for feedback from others. If you live your life like that, you are exposing yourself to too much failure. Understand that. Now, lastly, what I want to share with you, which is the purpose of this video, how are you going to be able to actually move with the courage to be disliked? That I will do it either way, whether people love it, it's fine, whether people criticize me, it's fine, whether it's good, it's fine, whether it's bad, it's fine, but I will do it. I will make it exist first, and then I will improve on the way. How are you going to do that? You need to be able to build your internal validation. This is not something that someone can build for you. This is something that you build for yourself. You need to go internally, to go within yourself and understand you and build your internal model, right? And that's why you understand why in this channel we speak more about identity. Why? Because we know the moment you know yourself, it is easy for you to have that self-worth, self-love, self-understanding, knowing your strength, knowing you are capable, and all of those things. When you go outside, people say something that is contrary to what you believe you are, you say, that is not me. Why? Because you have an internal understanding of who you are. You have an internal validation of who you are. I am training my daughter right now to build that capacity where you know this is something I have created and this is nice. Why? Because I create nice things. Yes, there will be a self-realization that I need to improve, and you improve as you go. Very important. So build internal validation system. But two is know your values. What is it that you stand for? What is it that you stand for? What is right to you and what is wrong to you? What is something that you cannot compromise? Why? Because when you know those things, you'll be able to stand your ground on those things. You know, I will not cross this line. This is where I will not cross. You will not be able to stand on something you have not defined. You need to be able to define what is true and what is wrong, false, what is right and what is wrong. And when you see wrong, because you have a definition of what is true, you can identify what is wrong and move forward. Very important. So conviction creates stability. When you have conviction of what is true, you create stability. When your values are clear, opinions lose power. When your values are clear, opinions lose power. And then something that is very important that we should all learn to do this is practice honesty. Listen, when you are honest, you don't necessarily seek conflict. You seek to build. And yes, this is a very thin line where you're supposed to bridge between being honest and being loving. Because you might be honest and actually cause harm more than good. And that's when wisdom comes in play. But when you know whatever that I'm telling you right now will actually cause a great benefit than me keeping quiet, you need to say it. You need to have a weighing machine where you see, is this going to cause more harm or it's going to cause more good? And when it comes to your values, when it comes to your conviction, when it comes to your life, your ability to say, this is not something that I can tolerate. Being honest, despite on how others will feel, you need to be able to say that. Why? Because you are building them as you are communicating. Values, internal validation, values, and then practicing honest. Speak the truth respectfully. Your ability to say no, very important. Now, another thing that we should be able to understand is this. We need to get to a point where we are comfortable with the discomfort. Why? Because discomfort is part of growth. When you are not comfortable, it means there is stretching happening, and that stretching is causing a growth, is causing a move and an increase in yourself. Very important thing to understand. Stop, and I say this another time, is stop making universal acceptance your goal. You will not be able to be loved by everybody. Those are 5 solid ways that you are actually going to build the courage to be disliked. Paul is speaking in Galatians 1:10. He's saying, if I was still trying to please men, I would not have been a servant of Christ. Very important for you to understand that if your life is built on trying to please men, you cannot serve God, because God will take you to levels that men will not be able to understand. You will do things that are not easily understood by men. So today, here is the message. Build the courage to be disliked. And do that which you need to do. Do not kill your potential. Do not waste the gifts that God has deposited in you. Until we see each other another time, God bless you. Shalom.